Hi, thank you for joining me, everyone, today. Just a few things to share, really. So, thank you for joining me in sharing these things. So, the first one was about words. So, words is part of the egoic system. So we've basically assigned certain emotions to certain words, or we've assigned it to mean certain things. So one word could mean several different things to several different people. So part of our evolution is to feel what the other person is feeling. So it's about the intention of the other person. It's not about the words they are saying. So if we can take this perspective, then it means that we can basically be in the energy of not being hurt by another person. Another person can't hurt us just by a word. Um, it's how we perceive that word, whether we perceive it as harmful or not. So we have choices in that moment. So it's really the intention of the person, not the words that they are saying, because um, the energy of the person is the energy of the person. It's a certain frequency, and that's it. A word can be deciphered in many different ways depending on what energy we give it. Um, so this is our part of a portal that's coming to allow us to heal guilt and shame. So at some point, if we are feeling like a victim and we are feeling hurt by another person, then sometimes what happens is that energy continues in a vortex and we then become the perpetrator. So, bullying, for instance, if you're feeling bullied as a child, or then sometimes the bully becomes a bully. And inadvertently, it's to pass no judgment around this being. It's just the journey that they are on. However, we are beginning to become more evolved and we are choosing more on our paths. We've got more lenses to look through. We've got a broader vision that we can see things with. So we are broadening our wisdom perspectives, basically. So we can choose in that now moment. So we can choose. So you may feel like somebody's being abusive to you or threatening or being a bully, basically. So you can take it as, oh, they can harm me and being the victim, or you can choose in another moment to think, I'm going to stop the book here. I'm not going to take that as anything really. This person really didn't mean to be hurtful towards me. They were protecting something, themselves or their land, or whatever it is that they feel like they need to protect. So they will be aggressive because they feel like they need to protect something. But however, it is okay to be assertive. So if you feel like that's not sitting well with me, I don't want to do that, it doesn't resonate with me, do you know what? I don't know. It's okay to be assertive and say that's not for me. You don't have to give any excuses. You don't have to give any explanations. Just doesn't resonate. It's not for me. And it's okay to say no. That's fine. It's not that you're hurting the other person by saying no to that other person. It's just purely loving with wisdom. So when we love with wisdom ourselves and other people, we make choices. So when we just give our love out willy-nilly, that's just not really loving with wisdom, because you have to love yourself a little bit out of that quota as well. So we need to receive in order to give love as well. So that's loving with wisdom. So around shame and guilt that we are clearing at the moment, and we are choosing not to stand in the energy of victimhood, that we are choosing something very different, that we are choosing to manifest what we want. and to remember that we are sovereign beings. And if there is love all around us, then what could harm us? If there is love within us, what could harm us? Nothing. So basically, this is how we are healing trauma, with love. So the big love vortex that is coming at the moment. So some of you may be feeling a little bit uncomfortable today, that you just feel, oh, I'm so drained, I am so tired, I can't be bothered doing anything, I'm feeling disconnected to everyone and everything, my work, everything. I'm just feeling so disconnected. All of it is fine. So for you, it's taking some time back to receive for yourself, to love yourself, to forgive yourself. Take that time. And also unleash some responsibilities that you may have taken on board for yourself that are not serving you, and that may belong to another person. So unleash those responsibilities that aren't yours. So everything that you may be feeling is fine, okay? So you may be feeling it around the eyes today. So the eyes are about guilt. So if you're feeling kind of like a little bit dry around the eyes, or these are uncried tears. And if you think about when you were a kid and you did something wrong, you'd be devastated, you'd be heartbroken, because you're thinking, oh, I'm getting into trouble and I've displeased somebody, I've disappointed somebody. You'd be heartbroken. Or sometimes as a kid, you kind of like, you'll have been reprimanded for something and you think, I don't even know what I've done wrong, but I feel terrible. And when you think of that child, it's kind of, you'll just burst into tears, you'll just cry. So this is the time to put the arms around that child in yourself and say, it's okay, you were a kid, you were an innocent. And that's what we have been. We've been innocents, we've been children. So everything that the ego is telling us that we've done wrong, the inner self will be telling you, it was all just journey. It's all just part of your journey. It's part of you growing up. It's part of your learning process. So you'll do things as what the ego will say is wrong. But your inner self will just say, it's just part of your journey. It's okay. So once we begin to forgive ourselves, and it always starts with ourselves, once we begin to do that, it means that you will be anywhere and you'll be able to forgive the other person, because then you will see the other person in forgiveness, and you will see the other person as an innocent, that they are just on their journey as a child. They are just innocents. They know not what they do. They haven't got the wisdom perhaps yet that you have, and that's not that they are any less than you either. It's just that they're just on a different space of their path, and that's fine. So out of forgiveness for ourselves, and then breeds forgiveness to other people, we then create compassion. And when we live in a more compassionate world, can you imagine what we are going to create with this as beings? So this is what we are here at the moment. We are just growing up. So let yourself off the hook. Whatever you've done, whatever you are doing now, you may have shouted at another person, you may have been domineering to another person, you may have been controlling to another person. And it's all down to coming away from love, and your ego basically telling you you're doing something wrong, or you're in the energy of fear. It's just turn that volume knob down a little bit, and it's okay. It's been there a long time, so you'll be used to listening to it. It's okay. Turn it down a little bit. Turn the inner self volume up a little bit, nice and loud, because it will be saying nice things to you. It'll be giving you a great big hug that child needs. It'll be saying, you know what, it's okay to cry. It's all okay. I forgive you. It's fine. In every second, there is a death of something, but when there is a death of something, there is always a spark of life. So basically, it is a death of the innocence in every second. It's a death of the unknowing. But what comes after that is the birth of wisdom, the birth of knowing, the birth of renewal, the birth of starting over. And we have the capacity to do this in every single second of our lives. So this is what I wanted to share with you today. So I want to just give you some clearing energy to go with it. So I am not controlled by ego. The shadow does not spoil the light. I am stuck in the dark. My friends, you are the light. You are the light. You are being it. You are shining the light on the dark in every single second at the moment. You are right where you should be, even if it's feeling uncomfortable. I must descend to the depths to heal. You don't. You can choose. You can really choose. It's our divine right not to suffer. And it literally can be a light switch as to what you choose you want to focus on. Do I want to focus on the guilt and shame and the fear and the anger? Or do I want to focus on forgiveness, compassion, love? And it's okay to be in the dark sometimes as well. It's okay, because sometimes we are in the dark to shine a great big torch on it, to shine a great big light on it. And the other energy, I have full control over my emotions. We do have full control over our emotions. In awareness and wisdom, we have full control over them. So it's literally just being aware. How am I feeling at the moment? And it could be that from the darkness, all of a sudden you feel angry at somebody else. But in the next second, you can remember, I'm a being of light. I just shine light on this darkness. It's okay. It's fine. I am now choosing. I'm a creator being. I'm now choosing. What is it I want to choose? Do I want to stay in the dark and feel anger and fear and shame and guilt and sadness? Or I'm a creator being. Can I choose love, compassion, forgiveness, happiness, joy, peace? You know, peace is born out of love. We are creator beings. You can choose how you want to navigate this in every step. So that was what I wanted to share with you today. Enjoy it, forgive yourselves, love yourselves, heaps and heaps and heaps. We've all been in the same situation. This is why we're all here right now, to do collectively with one another. This is what we are here to do. Ooh, what I wanted to add as well about the collective. So there seems to be a collective thought that another person can harm us. It's kind of, well, it is an untruth. It's an untruth. Basically, the other people are cryon healers. So what the other person will do is hold a great big mirror up to us as to exactly what energy we are stood in. So if you're angry at another person for making a mistake, it's normally there's a mistake that you've done that you've not forgiven yourself for yet. So that other person becomes your light. That other person becomes your mirror to heal. It becomes your mirror, so you can see into your little shadows and darkness as to what needs healing. So the other person in the collective are beautiful. They are here to heal us. They are here to help us. They are here as well to shine the light on us as well, because they are also the light as you are. So it is an untruth that another being can harm us. So if we are feeling something, whatever it is that you are feeling in that now moment towards another person, it's normally something about you that needs a little bit of light shining on it, and that's all. So that other person is actually a gift. They are a pure, beautiful gift of love. So challenging people, be grateful for them, because they are actually gifts to us. So whatever you are feeling, anger towards that other person, it's normally you're feeling angry with yourself. Forgive yourself for whatever it is. If you're feeling controlled by that other person, it's normally that you're being the controlling one. And that's pure through fear, that you fear of losing love of someone or something. If you are feeling sadness for the other person, it's normally that you've got a grief or a sadness within yourself um, that needs healing. So you've got some wounds. You've got some wounds there that need some love. So that other person, however you are feeling towards them, is something within yourself that is shining light, needs a little bit of love. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So I hope the energy that I am sharing with you today, take it, absorb it. I do love every single one of you, and I would like to share compassion with every single one of you, and I would like you to feel peace. And right now, if you're not feeling any of those things, that's perfectly okay too, because right where you are is where you should be. Right, I love you and leave you. Take care. Have a great day. Love to you all. Bye.